So how do you create a multi-dimensional array in PowerShell? Well, this is the episode for you. Hey everybody, when I first learned about arrays back when I was a computer science student, my jaw just dropped because where has this data structure been all my life? It makes life so much easier when you're working with a lot of data. So let's first of all take a look at creating an array, and then we're going to make a multi-dimensional one. To start things off, we're just going to create a standard variable. So I have a variable here called variable name, and we're going to assign to a value of 10. We can ask for it. You can see it has the value 10 stored inside, but we're going to ask for the count property, and we see there's only one element stored in this variable. An array is simply a variable that can have more than one value stored inside of it. Let's create a really simple one. So I'm going to create a variable called array1, and I'm going to assign it 3 separate string values separated by commas. When I ask for the count property of array1, I can see there are 3 items in the array. When I ask for array1, each item is put into the PowerShell pipeline. That's why we see them on 3 different lines. And I can also call up the individual items in the array. You can see at the end of our variable name, array1, is 2 square braces with a number 1 inside of it. This is called the array subscript operator. Now you have to remember these are 0 indexed arrays. So actually the first item in the array, which is apple, is at index 0. This should give us pair. And there it is, pair. There are 2 different ways I know about how to create a multi-dimensional array. So the first one we're going to do is to create an array of arrays. Here you can see I'm creating 3 different arrays, data 1, data 2, and data 3, and each one of them has 3 values stored inside of them. And then I'm going to create array 2, and using the ampersand, I'm going to put inside of this each one of the arrays. So when I do this, and I ask for array 2, you can see that's going to enumerate through every one of those cells in the array. And let's say that I want to pull out an individual value. Well, I'm going to be using my subscript operators, but you see I have to use 2 of them. Let's see what happens when I run this. We have the value of 200. So in other words, the first integer, the first number, is going down the array. The second one is going over horizontally. We did not need to have the same number of objects in each row of our array. Now, when you do that, then the array is called a jagged array, and it is supported in PowerShell. Now, I'm going to show you a different way to create a multi-dimensional array, and it's one I like a little bit better. Here, I'm creating array 4, and I'm assigning it to the PowerShell commandlet new object, the type name of the object I want, and here's the key. You guys can see I'm just using the word inside of a string object, and then I have the square brackets, and this is the array substring operator. But look inside of it, there is a comma. That says that I want to create a 2-dimensional array. Utilizing the argument list, I'm going to provide how tall the array is and how wide the array is. In this case, it's going to be a 10 by 10. When I execute this line of code, our array has been created. Let's go ahead and get the count, and we can see that there's 100 cells in this array. 10 times 10, of course, is 100. Let's go ahead and add a value. So at cell 3, 7, 3 down, 7 across, I'm just going to throw in the PowerShell commandlet get date, and at 2 down, 4 across, I'm going to throw in the value 100. Now, of course, to grab that information, I just call the array, give it the index value, and here you can see the results of get date. The object was stored there. And here we can see at index 2, 4 that we have the value of 100. So using multi-dimensional arrays, we can envision much more complex data structures. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next episode.